This video will walk you through what's in the box, setting up and navigating the menu functions of your Saramonic Ultra to quickly set up and use with a phone or camera. The box contains the charging case, which contains 2 clip-on microphone transmitters with magnets, 1 dual receiver, an adapter for Lightning, and USB-C devices. You'll also find 2 windscreens for each transmitter, a TRS cable for connecting directly to cameras, a USB-C charging cable, 2 lavaliers, and an antenna for extended range. The Ultra works seamlessly with all these devices. Before we set up the Blink Ultra to work with your phone or camera, let's go through the output modes. From the home screen, slide right on the screen and select your output mode. First, let's look at mono. It will combine transmitters 1 and 2 and mix them identically to the left and right channels. Next, you have stereo, which is great for recording 2 people and splitting the audio to the left channel and another on the right channel. This is also great if you're recording 2 people and want to further adjust their levels independently in post. Next, you have safety. This uses mono mode but records a safety track 12 decibels lower on the right channel. Next, you have headset, which allows the receiver to be plugged into a headset or allows you to use a third mic with a TRRS connection to the receiver's output. This can only be done when using a phone or computer. Lastly, you have headphone mode, which allows you to plug headphones into the receiver's output, great for monitoring audio when using USB-C or Lightning devices. Once you choose your output setting by swiping or using the control wheel, then swipe up to lock it in. We recommend downloading the Saramonic app from the Apple or Android App Store to better follow along with this quick start video, but it is not needed to get started. Now let's set up the Ultra with your phone. Simply remove the transmitters from the case, which automatically powers them on. Then attach the transmitter with the clip or included magnet. Next, remove the receiver, which automatically powers on. Then choose the Lightning or USB-C connector, depending on your phone. Align the keyed locking connector and twist to the locked position facing up. The transmitters will show up on the receiver screen, meaning they're paired. If the receiver is blank, the mics are powered off or not paired. If you only use one transmitter, the receiver will only show one, and when both are active, you will see both show up. If your transmitters are paired, they will show a solid blue light around the power button, and it will blink if they're not paired. The red indicator light on the transmitter and the red dot on the receiver mean the transmitters are recording internally. This can also be controlled in the app. The mics will ship with auto recording turned on. To turn it off, swipe right on the receiver screen until you get to record settings. Then tap the screen to turn auto recording off. Here you can also set whether you want 32-bit float recording activated as well. Use your favorite video or audio recording app and you're ready to record. We recommend doing a sample clip and listening back to it to ensure good audio levels and that your microphone recording and output volume are correct for the richest sound. If you skipped ahead to this chapter, you will want to watch the previous chapter on output modes to choose between mono, stereo, safety, headset, or headphone modes. Now, assuming you didn't skip ahead and watch the previous chapter about setting up for phones, let's quickly set up your camera. Plug the receiver into your camera's microphone jack using the TRS to TRS cable, check the levels on your camera's meters, and you're good to go. See the chapter on timecode if you want to take advantage of the onboard 32-bit recording and have the receiver run timecode into the camera to sync the audio later in post. Now let's take a walk around the transmitter. The microphone is on top, so aiming it toward your mouth is best. The furry windscreen plugs into the top of the transmitter and is needed for full IPX5 water resistance, or the included lavalier would plug into the same port. A single press of the power button will mute the transmitter, and you'll see it blink red. A long press of the power button turns off the transmitter, and it will not light up. Pressing the record button activates the onboard recording, and the light will show a solid red. Pressing the button labeled NC will trigger noise canceling, and the light will show green. Now we are going to quickly show you how to adjust levels before going over all the receiver functions. To adjust levels, simply press the dial and you'll see a green square around channel 1. Then turn the dial to adjust gain. Continue to press the dial to go to channel 2 or the receiver output. If you're just using the receiver to check levels, the meters going to the end of the signal indicator means you're going to get good levels. If you start to get into the yellow range, you're in danger of peaking. But in 32-bit onboard recording mode, you should easily be able to recover them in post. To precisely see your audio levels, refer to your recording device's audio meters. Now let's take a walk around the home screen. You will see transmitter number, the signal strength, and the red recording indicator on the receiver's upper left and the battery indicator on the upper right. In the center, you will see the amount of gain you are using plus or minus 15 decibels. On the lower left, you'll see the receiver's output mode, and besides that, you'll see the output gain indicator. The lock indicates the screen is locked, and then we see the receiver's battery indicator on the lower right. From the home screen, you can also swipe down on transmitter 1 or 2 to remotely mute, turn on noise cancellation, or start and stop recording on each transmitter. The app we previously downloaded is needed to control the noise cancellation levels. You can change to one of 3 settings by plugging the receiver into your mobile device. With the app open, selecting the receiver, selecting more settings, and choosing your noise cancellation settings under microphone settings, 1 being weakest and 3 the strongest. Now, let's look at the receiver functions. On the top of the unit, you can tap the power button to lock the screen, or holding it will power down the receiver. Swipe from right to left and you'll see output, volume, mic gain, auto gain, sound, record settings, speaker, time code, pairing, display, and system settings. We reviewed the output modes previously, so please refer back to the introduction to review them. Next, we have receiver's output volume. You can adjust it either plus or minus 15 decibels and simply swipe up to set it. Next, we have mic gain, where you can change the gain for transmitter 1, 2, or the third mic when the receiver output is in headset mode. Simply select a mic, raise or lower the gain, and swipe up to set it. Next, we have auto gain, which automatically adjusts input levels for you, ensuring a great take. Next, we have the sound mode. Original is going to capture the highest fidelity sound, with no processing, great for controlled environments, but more than okay to leave on all the time. Vocal Boost will enhance voice clarity, ensuring your dialogue stands out in the mix. It pairs well with auto gain and is great for street interviews as well. And finally, Low Cut eliminates low frequencies, such as air conditioner hums or traffic rumbles. In the app, you can find Low Gain, which reduces the transmitter volume an additional 20 decibels for extremely loud environments, for instance, a concert or construction site. Next, we have Record settings. With auto recording engaged, the transmitters will immediately begin to record once they are powered on. You will see the red recording light turn on. Turning this setting off prevents that. Here you can also turn on 32-bit float recording versus 24-bit when turned off. Next is speaker. Most mics you plug into your phone, you have to unplug to hear playback. Enabling your speaker allows you to play back and hear the audio on your phone speaker after recording, or hear what others are saying using video chat or meeting apps. Once enabled, your receiver will reboot. Next, we have time code. When turned off, the time code counter will be grayed out. Tap the counter to turn it on. Now turn it off to access the time code settings. Tap frame rate to set your frame rate and swipe up to set it. For higher frame rates, choose a frame rate that divides evenly into the higher frame rate. For example, if using 60 frames per second, set it to 30 frames per second. Tap running to select free run or real time. Tap time code to select the mode. The multifunction icon shows what is being put out through the 3.5mm output, and the mobile device icon shows what is being output through the USB-C or Lightning output. Most professional cameras will use Mode 5. Next, we have pairing. Each set comes paired when you purchase them and should never unpair. But if you need to pair them again, simply leave the transmitters and receivers in the charging case for 5 seconds. To pair manually, start with everything turned off outside of the case. Power on the transmitters by holding the power button for 5 seconds to get the blue light to blink rapidly. Then power on the receiver, swipe to pairing, and select it. The transmitters will blink solid blue once paired. Next, you have display settings. Here you can adjust the brightness from 1 to 10, or select the time you want the backlight to stay on, or have it always on. Next, you have system settings starting with time mode. After selecting the year, tap the right arrow to select the day and month, then tap the right arrow to select the time, and swipe up to get back to the home screen. Next, under System Settings, you can remotely enable noise canceling on the headset. Next, you have Storage. Here you can select either transmitter to see how much storage is left and format it by hitting Confirm. Plug the transmitter into your computer via USB-C to download your audio files. Then we have the device version information, the ability to set the language to English or Chinese, and a factory reset button. On the right-hand side of the receiver, you can plug in the included antenna to extend the range of your system as well and reduce the chance of any interference. The Ultra also connects to computers via USB-C. Simply plug the receiver into the computer's USB-C port, and it can be used with recording, meeting, and other applications. You can also run the TRS cable from the receiver output directly to your camera while connected to the phone and record both simultaneously. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment on this video. We have a link in the description to download the printed manual as well, or you can always contact our customer support team.